Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the reading for Capricorn, tarot reading for the year of 2016. If you have the Sun, the Moon, or the rising sign in Capricorn, or even a Stellium, which is at least 3 planets in the same sign, in the sign of Capricorn, then this is the reading for you. This is a very generalized reading for the year of 2016. If you'd like a private consultation with me, please send an email to duniazad@gmail.com. You can see it down below all my information is my email, and also the link so you can see my list of services. All my readings and interpretations are written down by me. No software readings. I prefer to write them down. I just prefer to write it. So Capricorn, this is going to be a 24 card reading. Each month we'll have 2 cards, and I'll be using two decks. The first one is the Barbieri Tarot, and it cost me 23 euros. I bought it in a store called ESPIRAL, it's a Portuguese store. And the second deck will be the Mini Rider Waite, also bought in the same store a few years ago, 4 or 5, maybe more, and it cost me about 13 euros and 31 cents. So let's start. For first off, you have, if I have counted them properly, I think you have 11 Arcana Major cards, which signifies will be in 24 cards. 11 are Major Arcana, and which means that this will be a very important year for you, Capricorn. In January 2016, the cards that came out for you were the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. The 8 of Swords in the traditional deck usually shows a person who is unable to free himself or herself, and this is more like an ability, like not seeing that he or she can be free, can set himself free or set herself free. It's more like a prison of the mind. However, in this case, I would say that you know that you're a prisoner. Maybe you are in a situation that from which you cannot liberate yourself, but you're thinking about it already. You're contemplating, you're reflecting, because you want to free yourself from this situation or even from this person. And you will take steps to do so because this person is ready to fight. He is like a knife there. So you're thinking about it, you're reflecting, you even taking time for yourself. You're healing also. You're healing the way you think, and the ultimate goal for you is to, how will I liberate myself from this situation, whatever situation it is. How will I set myself free? In February, you have the Knave of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So whatever you've decided and whatever you've pondered in January, I think in February you took the action. You took, for the first time probably, because this is the Knave, you took actions to liberate yourself, to move away from a life which no longer served you, and you left something behind. You left the past behind. This can even mean a trip, but you left the pains behind, or old pains behind, the past behind. You left something behind, and you decided to advance in a new direction in towards your new life. In March, you have the Emperor and you have the Tower. So maybe in February you took steps for the first time to liberate yourself from the situation. In March, however, something kind of helps you along, let's say, but it's like when you take steps to free yourself, or when you take steps to change your life, the outside events reflect this inner decision. And in March, there's some sort of structure, of old structure, that no longer serves you, that crumbles into the ground. So this could be like You might suddenly, like out of the blue, lose your job. You might suddenly get fired. Suddenly, you might end a relationship which was very stable, but probably um, very cold, very controlling, very domineering. So, because the emperor could be like this, so all structures in your life which no longer serve you crumble to the ground, and probably because you've made like an inner decision to free yourself and to change your life. In April, by the way, in March, this is a generalized reading. In March, what happens is, so March, what happens is there's a total solar eclipse at 8 degrees Pisces, almost 19 degrees Pisces, and then there's a lunar eclipse at 3 degrees of Libra. In Libra is a cardinal sign, in Capricorn is a cardinal sign. So this lunar eclipse will be square to you. So if you have something around the degree, like between 0 and 7 degrees or even more of Libra, this, uh, you know, this these structures that end in your life might speak to you more in a personalized manner. So if you were born around the 22nd of December up till, I don't know, 30 or 31st of December, in March it might be it might speak more to you, it might be more personal to you, even if you were born around, 24th, 25th, and 26th of December. This might be more personal to you. These structures and this old way of life that which no longer serves you, that ends out of the blue. In April, the cards that came out for you were the Chariot and the Seven of Cups, two sevens. Whatever happened in March, I think in April you feel free, you feel liberated. You have like an impulse to travel. It could be that, an impulse to travel and just do whatever you want, or it could be like an impulse to achieve success in your own terms. However, the problem is that the Chariot can go in this direction or in this or in that direction, and the Seven of Cups means that you have many choices available to you, and you must choose the correct one. So you have several choices ahead of you, and you're feeling really free and happy. However, you might be fantasizing, you might be a bit too idealistic and thinking that every single choice will lead you to success, and that's not the fact. You have, in order for you to have success, you must choose appropriately, and you must choose wisely, and you must choose realistically. This is April 2016 Capricorn, and in May 2016, I think in April you might probably made the correct decision, because in May you have again two major arcana. You have the Magician and you have the Sun. So whatever choice you made in April will lead you to success in May. And this success is something which you manifested, which is something which you materialized. Is something like you kind of like plucked out of the heavens, almost like it's a success which you made true because you took action. And this all can also mean like the birth of a child, or finding out that you're pregnant, or this in May. Also, what happens is there's a new moon in 18 degrees of Taurus in May. So Taurus and Capricorn are earth signs, so they are entwined to each other, meaning they have an easy relationship. So Taurus, if you have the rising sign in Capricorn, then this new moon will happen in your fifth house. So new beginnings might be concerning your first child or children in your life. Let's say that this success has nothing to do with you. Maybe I don't know, you move away and your kid starts school, a new school, and this school is different. maybe this success might be related to your child or might be related to towards a child. I just thought, like, imagine that you are the manager of your kid, and your kid is an artist of some kind. Could be that, but it could be also that you make the fifth house is also the house of creativity. So a creative project might bring you financial dividends in May. It could be something like that. It's something really happy, successful in May 2016. In June 2016, Capricorn, you have the Empress and the Hierophant. I would say again to Major Arcana, I would say that the Empress is connected with prosperity, abundance, creativity, fertility. I would say that you two have like a limited prosperity, but limited not in a bad way, that there is some growth in terms of, let's say, money, not necessarily, yes, but this growth follows the rules, follows the conventions, follows the traditional way, almost the way you grow in a way which doesn't take risks, and this growth is here to stay because there's no risk involved. Let's say that you get a job, for instance, in a very traditional company, and you have a new position, you have, let's say, a leadership position there, and because you're Capricorn, you know how to access you know how to evaluate risk, and you know how where to put, let's say you have to make decisions of of a financial matter in this new company, and you never take risks. So that's why I say the growth is limited, but it's ongoing, and you might have like a leadership position within this company. And this is in June. In July, you have the Queen of Cups and you have the Moon. So different ways of reading these two cards together. It could be that in July your intuition is really strong. It could be that. Or it could mean that you might have trouble with women in July. Let's say you're a guy or even a woman, doesn't matter. Let's say you start some sort of you started before, because even in May, maybe you started some sort of romantic relationship in the beginning of May, and you're really happy about it, and you love this person. I'm going to read this as a woman because the Queen of Cups is a woman, and then the Moon is also related to woman. Not necessarily could be a guy, but I'm going to read this as a woman. So you're really happy with this woman. She's awesome. And however, you don't know that she might be seeing other people, and she's not telling you that. So there might be some sort of deception around that she's not telling you. She's saying, no baby, I love you, just you, and you're feeling really happy about her, but she's not telling you the whole truth. Or you might be, seeing the signs that she's not telling you the whole truth, and you feeling afraid, um, feeling a bit paranoid. Or it could be something else. Let's say you got a new job, or someone or some boss entered your company or something like that. You got a new job, and in around your work environment there might be a woman from a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, and this woman might pretend to be like a shoulder to cry on, someone who's very empathic, someone who's full of compassion, a true friend. She might pretend to be a true friend, but she's a very deceptive person. She might be spreading lies about you. Again, this is generalized, okay? She might have ill intentions about you. She might be pretending to be something that she's not, only to get secrets out of you that she can use later on. So maybe she's like afraid, maybe you're like new at this company, and she's afraid that, because she's a queen, she's afraid that you might take her job, or she's like up for a promotion like in a few months, and she's afraid that you might be a competition. So she might have like an agenda, and she's pretending to be a person, but she's not really that nice person. um, So there's several different types of meanings. In August, you have the Four of Cups and the Lovers. So if in the prior month something happened in terms of love relationships, maybe in August you're feeling rejected by a love, by someone you love. Maybe this person or this woman who was maybe seeing other people told you in August and told you, look, I'm not seeing you anymore, and you're feeling really sad about it. And she said, I picked someone else, I chose someone else, and that's why you're feeling sad. Or the reason, or that you're feeling sad, that might have to do with some sort of decision which was made that cause you some sort of grief. Or it could be like you don't know exactly what to do, like you were in August, you were avoiding the decision because you had no idea what to pick, or because you're not seeing things clearly. But at the end of August, you make a decision. Uh, and in September, so let's say in July there was some sort of deception. In August, you're feeling you don't know what action you should take, but at the end of August, you make a choice, you make a decision. And in September, you have the Eight of Cups and the Star. So in September, I would read this as like advancing towards a new life, leaving old wounds behind, leaving the past behind, because you made a decision in August, and in September you decide to leave the past behind, to advance to a new way of being, and to make plans to fulfill your dreams, for instance. And there's also like a decision. You decide to be more optimistic, to have more faith in you and in life, and just to choose optimism, and just leave, the worries in an old life behind, in old wounds behind. This is September. In October, you have the Nine of Pentacles and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever you decided in September, in October, you're implementing it. You are really being self-disciplined and probably working very hard. Maybe you've opened up, maybe you're focusing on a business that you have, or you've opened a business in October, something new financially which starts. And I would say, because the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Coins, speaks of independence, speaks of independent free work, independent work. So it's something that you do for yourself. It's your own business, or it's a freelance type of thing. And in the way you found to leave your past behind, or to leave, or not to focus, or in your emotional wounds, is to work day and night. Work very hard. Capricorn always focus on work. Also, he or she is very focused on the job. So it might be like you work very hard in your job, in your company, in your project, and maybe that will lend you new clients, for instance. There's some sort of offering in terms of money during this month of October. Something very good, very positive in the financial area in your life in October. In December, you have the Judgment card and you have the Knight of Wands. I think December, you decide to boldly advance towards your new life. This is a rebirth. This is a release also. There's several cards here that which speak of releasing. So you've been working on releasing something since the beginning of the year. And it could be like emotionally liberating yourself, or liberating yourself from a situation, whatever situation it is, like a job that in which you feel a prisoner of, or relationship. Could be like a romantic relationship, like in which you feel it's more like an emotional way of viewing life, and you want to liberate yourself from that. You want to feel differently. You don't want to be so attached to your negative way of thinking. So you have more enthusiasm in November, and you boldly and courageously and full of passion and full of joy advanced to a new path, to a new way of living, to a new life, towards a new life, towards a new cycle. And you leave old values and old ways of thinking and being behind. In December, you have the Knave of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So this, the Knave or the Page, is the same. So this could be communications. This could be you sending messages or receiving messages or a message. Let's say you work for yourself. You have your own company. You might send a message to your client saying that you are broadening the services that you have to offer. So it could be that, or it could be like, let's say you work for net a company, and your boss sends a message saying that you will be doing other types, not a different type of work, but maybe adding to your work. So something new in that area is about to start, and you need to train new competences. You need to train to start something new in your job, and your boss tells you that in January 2017 you'll be, I don't know, adding this new skill to or this new duty, and you need to train for that. It could be that also, or it could be like an offering of a job of some kind, something which you've never done before. Or it could even be you decide to study something new, which you can use maybe in your work, and your own work, or the work that you do for within a company. So it could be anything. Let's say that you decide, I'm going to give you an example, but it doesn't have to be this. Let's say you decide to learn a language, a new language, because you've noticed that there's a lot of clients that speak, I don't know, in German, whatever. And you think, okay, if I learn this language, um, I'll be able to do this type of work and that type of work within my own company. Okay, so this is the reading that I have for you, Capricorn, for the year of 2016. This is a very generalized reading. If you'd like a personal consultation, please send an email to dunyazat@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. All my readings are written down by me. There's no software readings. Okay, this is all that I have. Have a great year, Capricorn.